Hello everyone, this is Jackie Hayes. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Perth in WA, and today I'm going to do the challenge that was set for me by my friend's husband, a card depicting the sea. This is what I've done. Quite happy with this one actually. It's called High Tide, and the inside is just part of it. The stamp set is a polymer one, and it's comes with the lighthouse, which is in two parts, and I'll show you how to do that. And then the sea, the sand, and the ducks, the bits of grass, and I quite like this one. It's been in, this is the second year it's been in the catalogue, and I'm glad it didn't go out actually, because I haven't used it very much, but I do like it. So I'll get started with the card. I'm using real red for the base card, and that is A5 scored at 10.5, and Night of Navy, which is 10 by 14.5, and a piece of Whisper White 10 by 14.5, and a piece of Whisper White at 9.5 by 14. So I'm going to take the first bit and the top Whisper White, and I'll put a piece underneath. And first of all, I'm going to do the sea bit on. Oh no, I'm not. I'm doing the lighthouse first. That was silly. I nearly made a mistake. Right, I've got a lot of stamp pads here, stamp blocks here, but I'm going to use the lighthouse on my Stamparatus, because I need to get this dead on, and the only way you can really do that is use the Stamparatus, or if you've got one and you know how to use it, is a Stamp-A-Majig, which is an old thing, but the Stamparatus is the best. Because this is a polymer set, I'm using the silicone mat underneath. It makes that little bit thicker base, and the first job will be to lift that out straight and put this one in straight so that you don't break off the little tabs. I'll put the High Tide underneath that. High Tide box rather, underneath the plate, and I'm going to use real red ink pad and stamp this piece off. But I better put my card in first, don't I? Silly me. And I want the smallest piece of card first, and I'll put that right up in the corner. Just re-ink that bit to make sure I've got it nice and wet, and press it down firmly. Perfect. And I'll clean that off straight away with the chamois. Take that one off. Done with that one. And then I'm going to put the other part on it, which is a second piece of it. This has got the lighthouse tower. The other one didn't. I'll hold it up so you can see it. It it's just part of it. There's a blank and a space there, which, if you can see that, yep. And then I'm going to stamp it off again in real red. Just take that little bit off of there. Press down firmly. I think it should have had a little bit more ink on that. So I'll just do that a bit again. And as you see, you can do it over and over again. That's better. I prefer that. Little, made it a little bit darker. Can't get hold of it. That's better. So there's the lighthouse completed, and I haven't gone over the edge because it was in perfect position for it. I'll just clean that off now. With the polymer stamps, once you've used them, you're better off cleaning them straight off. They do stain, but there's not a lot you can do about that. It's, as you can see, it's had a bit of use on this one. And I'll just move that out of the way. And now I can start and concentrate on the sea, like I was going to do before. I just fasten my red ink pad up so that I don't get that all over the place, because there's nothing worse when you've finished your card, then you found out that you've got ink spots all over from your hands, and that's not very clever. I won't concentrate on the sea, I'm going to concentrate on the sand first. I'm jumping well ahead on myself today, I don't know what's up with me. So Sierra sand I'm using for the sand. Just move that one out of the way. And this one fits in just around the lighthouse, and I've got a piece of white copy paper, so that if it goes off, it's still on the paper, not on the big sheet. So there's the sand. Clean that straight off. Now I can concentrate on the sea. And there's two parts to the sea, and this one is a big piece of the sea waves, and this is a tiny one. So when you can't get right into where you want to be, the tiny one fills in the gaps. Fold that up and out of the way. So there you can see round the lighthouse there isn't much at all, no lot of white spaces, and this little one fills in those gaps. So then, but I want to stamp off, I don't want to do it really dark, but I wanted the Night of Navy colour. So I will stamp that off, and this bit, that bit will go there, and then a little bit underneath. bit. Just going to fill in these little bits now. Turn that round so that I've got and I'm still stamping off because I don't want it too dark, but put that bit there. And might just do one more layer up there. Snap it off again. Yeah, it's a bit better. Got a little bit more C. So then I just put a little bit on this bit. You can turn this round and do it whichever way you want to do it. There. Oh, need to do that little bit just to level the horizon off a little bit. So that's, so far I'm quite happy with that because there's plenty of sea there. I don't want, like I said, I've got a smudge there from the blue, but that will hide, I think. I'm going to then now put a bit of sea on the inside for the birds, for those birds to sit on. And stamp it off. Yeah. I didn't want too much on there. Get this off my fingers first before I start doing anything else. The stamp set is, the ink pad is very juicy, and as soon as you touch it, get ink on your fingers. Just wipe it off with that one. A bit better. Now the next little bit is to put the birds on. I need to open up the ink pad again because I've got the wading birds. I'm using Night of Navy. I think it's a little bit more subtle than black. And that one's all right. And for the flying birds, I'll just turn that paper over. For the flying birds, I'm using the Night of Navy again. And when the pads are really, really juicy, you have to be very careful and just tap. And just tap gentle. And hopefully I can hide that bit of a smudge. Not quite, but it's all right. That the smudge won't be too bad. Fasten this up, and now I'm going to put the grass on, and the grass is in pear pizzazz, and I've got some on the sandbank here and also in the water, and that's what I'm going to do with that. Right. So there's the grass pieces in there, and then some grass in here. Yep, quite happy with that. I haven't put a verse inside because I think the verse, you have the most amazing ability to take an ordinary moment and make it shine, and that can be for anything. You then, if you put a verse inside, you're limiting what you can do or who you can send it to and why you're sending it. So there's a lot of times I leave my my centre blank. Right, I'm then going to, now I'll mount this up first on the inside. I'll just get a baby wipe because my fingers have gone a bit blue with the ink. That's a bit better. Yeah, that's better. Right, back to business. I'm going to glue this with Tombow glue. Don't need that in the way now. So that piece done, and then I'll Tombow glue. No, I won't Tombow glue. I'll Tombow glue this piece to the Night of Navy because I'm going to raise this up with dimensionals. All right, put the top on that, and then the dimensionals for this piece, and with the dimensionals you get large and small, and for this one you need the large, but for tiny bits, if you've just got a, say like a stork's leg or a beak or something, then you use the small ones. Put one more in the centre there. That definitely will stick on the card. And just use my take your pick tool, which is ideal for just taking these off. oops, and just lay that on, making sure it's straight. Yes, it is, which I'm pleased about. It won't have to come off. And now for the label on the sentiment on the front, I've got a scrap piece of card here, and I'm going to use the a soft board, because I want this one to really come out well. I don't want to have to restamp this one because it's not on the Stamparatus. And it's just a piece of foam matting, this, which when it's polymer it does help. So you see that is quite sharp. It's not a smudge. And wipe that off again. And now for the label, I've got Label Me Lovely, and that's this one. Everything that I'm using is in the current catalogue, the new catalogue, and that came out on the 3rd of June, and it's in until the 3rd of May next year, 2021. So there's lots of time for you to be ordering if you wanted to put an order in, or even if you want a catalogue, so I can get a catalogue to you. For this one, I'm just going to put dimensionals on it again to raise it up. It gives it that little bit of a boost on your card if you use dimensionals. Take these off again. And this I'm going to place this just that little bit higher than the last one, because it's got that bit of a mark. But like I said, you can always cover these sort of things up with that. You see, that has now covered that smudge up. But what I didn't do on the last one, and I'm going to do it on this one, I'm going to use Winkostella for the sea, and it will blend in a little bit because Winkostella is wet, and it makes the blue run a little bit, but that is fine. I'm quite happy with that because it looks as if it's not all regimental, and you will see in a second that is shining. I don't know whether you can see how it's shining. Is it picking it up? Hopefully that'll pick it up to see the sheen on it. And I will just run this one over as well with the Winkostella. And even though I made this card yesterday, it's still causing the blue to run just a little bit. But let's give it that. Oh, that looks nice. Yeah. Put a little bit on the inside there. Yep, that's done. And I like that bit as well. Just gives it the see as if it's a little bit of a sparkle to it. The sun is shining on it, and there's the 2 cards finished. If you would like to become a demonstrator, I can sign you up. It's $169 for your products that you get will be $235. You will then, if you sign up, you will then get a catalogue in your order, but also you will be able to take a bundle of your own choice, whether it's a stamp set and a die, or a stamp set and a punch. We have a lot of choices in the catalogues, and at the moment there's a lot of for instance this one, which I've used before, that comes as a bundle, which is the die and the stamp of the world. It's there. For this set, it's $84.50, and that you get the die there, just there, and you get this stamp set, which is called Beautiful World, and I've used that on my cards. I really do like that one. In fact, there's a lot that I do like in this one, hence my craft room has got a lot in it. It gives you, for instance, this one, it hasn't come yet so I can't show it you, but this is Whiskey Business, and that's a card that's been made with that, and these 2 are, well, 3. There's one with the leaves, which is lovely leaves, and then a good man, and that's that one where he's sat down. Also in this catalogue you get you can get papers, pens, pencils, stamp sets. It's all there. The card that we're using is top rate card. The designer series paper that we have is both sides. It's not just one-sided, it's 2-sided. And now a lot of the bundles come in 6x6 or 12x12, designer cards rather, come in 6x6 or 12x12 sheets. There's another one there, I haven't used this one but I have got it, and that's Forever Gold laser cuts. So if you're not into stamping and you like taking flowers, leaves and bits off of paper and then stick it on your card, then this is for you. You don't have to be a business demonstrator. You can be a hobby demonstrator. Hobby means that you buy yourself or you just want your friends to buy, and that is fine. If you do decide to become a demonstrator and then you think, oh, I can't afford to keep doing this, you don't have to. All you do is stop buying, and then it's after 3 months you stop being a demonstrator and go back to how you were before. But you'll have all them goodies that you've got through starting up as a demonstrator. It's easy to join. and it's easy to drop out. There is no pressure on anybody to do anything. You don't have to hold card classes. You don't have to hold workshops. You just have to enjoy yourself, and that's the main thing, and that's what I do. I really enjoy myself. So, but this is the end of the video now, but please stay safe and stay well, and we'll get through this all together. Bye for now.